After missing all of last season with an ACL injury, Klay Thompson is in danger of missing more time. While working out with other NBA players yesterday, Klay suffered a leg injury, and now reports are saying that the Warriors fear it could be his Achilles. He's expected to get an MRI sometime this morning. Shannon, if he's gone for the year, how does this impact the West?
Well, Skip, for me, I did not look at them, and everybody was saying, they're a threat to this. Skip, the days of 67-15, the days of 73-9 Golden State Warriors, that's over. Yeah. That's not happening again. The days of them just running wild in the West, that's over.
Yep.
Even with a healthy Klay, they were never going to be that again. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, you lose a guy that's the ultimate 3-and-D guy. Can go get you 20 plus, he can get you 60. But he can D up. He's always going to take the toughest assignment, which makes him one of the. That's why I always thought he was arguably the best two-way player, Skip. Because you look at what he was doing. He was getting Kawhi, he was getting KD, he was getting LeBron on a nightly basis. But hey, Klay, we still need you to give us those 22. And he was doing it.
Yep.
Man, when I got this news and you start, Skip, you're like, Klay has a lower leg injury. And everybody starts sending out prayers. Skip, that ain't no sprained ankle. Ain't nobody sending out no prayers for no sprained ankle, Skip. You know that.
Yeah.
So somebody had started already circulating. You know, you see CJ and you see Dame and you see LeBron and you see all these guys like, hold on, they don't even know. What do they know that we don't? So it lets you know the seriousness of it. This would be tough. Andrew Wiggins is a nice piece, but he ain't Klay Thompson. And Steph is coming back. Steph is going to be healthy. I believe Draymond has the bounce back season, Skip. But he's that piece. He's that lockdown guy that's going to go guard the toughest guy. But he's also going to give you 25. And if you're not careful, he might go get you 37 and a quarter.
He might.
Or he might get you 60 on 20 plus dribbles. That's how good he is. Man, it's just, and he just missed a whole season rehabbing an ACL. And here we go, and now it's on, I'm reading that it's on the opposite leg. Man, this would be heartbreaking. This would be heartbreaking to the Warriors, Skip. But even with Klay, Skip, I did not think they were a top three. I didn't think they were going to be a top 3 seed. I don't see how they move past the Lakers, the Clippers. The Nuggets are going to be right back in the mix again. I thought they were going to be battling from somewhere maybe 3 through 5, maybe 4 through 6, something of that nature.
Yep. So what do we always talk about when it comes to the human body, athletics, and injuries? You tear your ACL on your left leg, and you try to come back, and you start to overcompensate, and you try to protect one side at the expense of the other.
Right.
When I first heard the news, I did not know which leg it was, and I thought, oh, no, did he re-tear the Achilles? Was it not ready for any kind of... I'm sorry, the ACL. Yeah, did he re-tear? No, that was left. This is right. And then they started saying lower, and when you hear lower, it's like, oh, no.
Right.
There's the worst,
it ain't no calf.
No, the worst injury of all. It's the Achilles. And it's possible he was speeding up the process a little bit because all of a sudden the NBA said, we got to go.
Right.
Got to go now. December 1st, we need to open the camps. December 22nd, we need to start playing games, or we're not going to be able to get this season in and make the money that needs to be made so that you guys can make your money and we can make ours.
Exactly.
Before the Olympics start in July. And maybe he was rushing a little bit. It's plenty of time to come back from the ACL.
Yeah, because remember, Skip, he tore it in 2019 in June. And so now that's more than enough time, because here we are in November of 2020. So that's more than enough time. That's basically KD.
Yep.
He and KD was basically on the same timeline.
They were. I agree. So he was limited in the 2 weeks that they had a little mini camp back in September at Golden State.
Right.
This happened in downtown L.A., and he was playing with a couple of NBA players, Miles Turner and Christian Wood, in some kind of pickup game.
Right.
And who knows? How do you explain it? You can't.
No, nobody can explain the Achilles.
When the Achilles is going to go, it's just going to go.
Right.
You could be walking and it could go. You could be going down the stairs at home and it could just go out for no apparent reason.
I mean, I've seen guys plant and it go. I've seen guys running and all of a sudden, like, man, did you kick me? Nah, bro, I'm way over here. How did somebody kick you? that's doctors can't explain why the Achilles tear when it tears.
Cannot. And once you have to reattach it, it's no good. It's at least a year.
Yes.
And sometimes it's never quite right.
Right.
Your calf atrophies and just shrinks, and you can't get the strength back. Now you're not sure about your ACL and you're not sure about your other leg. It's no good. So this is career-threatening.
On two different sides.
Two different sides. You've turned 30. You just got paid. What is that, 5 years, $190 million?
Yeah, he got a max.
Whoo. He's okay that way, but if I know this young man, this is just tearing him apart,
Right.
because he wants to play basketball
Right.
at the highest level.
Right.
To your point, I know this is controversial, but I always thought he was a little more valuable than even Steph, who won back-to-back MVPs because of what you detailed. This guy is nuclear scorer. He can get even hotter than Steph can ever get, because when you think about 37 in a third quarter, in that game against Sacramento, he went 13 for 13 from the field, 9 of 9 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And if you watch you can YouTube the video, I think it's 4 dribbles to score 37 points.
Right.
It's just gone.
What about the 14 threes, Skip?
14 threes is the all-time record for any game in a regular season, and he also has the playoff record of 11 threes,
Right.
and that was in a big game because that was
Game
game
6 against
six,
OKC.
right?
Yep.
He's clutch.
Dropped 60 in 29 minutes.
He will defend whomever.
He does.
Will just go defend them, and he will get up in them, and he will fight them for 4 quarters.
Skip, I think that's where it's going to affect him the most, is the defense.
Yep.
The lateral, the side to side, the sitting in the chair. Now, is he going to be able to sit in that chair for the 30-plus minutes that he was? And because the shot is pure.
At least you can always be catch and shoot, right?
Who's better than...
He's a career 44% three-point shooter. Wow.
Okay. You can live with that.
Yep.
And so for me, I think that's where he's going to be impacted the most is on the defensive end, because like I said, because his shot is so pure, he'll still be able to shoot that shot. With the quickness, if they're going to drastically impact him that much that he can't get his shot off, I don't see that happening. I really don't.
Okay. So this is why I thought on the fly that Bob Myers, their GM, would say, uh-oh, I need to check signals here, and I need to take LaMelo Ball with the 2nd overall pick. But he said last night, we had James Wiseman #1 on our board. Certainly the Klay thing made you think for a second, but it was a short amount of time. We decided to stay the course. We have always felt that we had to have him, and they have a need.
Right.
James Wiseman is 7'1" with like 7'6" wingspan. And he's athletic.
Yes.
And he's left-handed. And one of their scouts described him as David Robinson meets Chris Bosh.
Right.
Because he can shoot it a little bit.
Right.
He's got a funky motion too, but he can make some threes. So the point is, he can be such a potential aircraft carrier, a rim defender, and a post presence.
Because when they were at their best, what would they, Skip? They had Bogut. Bogut and Festus Ezeli protected the paint.
That's true.
And so, and if he gets that kind of range, if he can get the way he can shoot the ball, like David Robinson mid-range game was great,
sensational,
and Chris Bosh worked his way out the way he could shoot 3, and basically, Skip, that's basically what he was doing for the Heat.
I agree, but all of a sudden, without Klay Thompson, you're looking at Steph and Draymond and Andrew Wiggins, and maybe James Wiseman starts in the post. And then they've got that one trade exception that now comes into play, the $17.2 million. So maybe they can go get somebody else.
Right. Oh yeah, you definitely you can get a Serge Ibaka.
Okay.
They were looking at Dwight Howard.
Okay, maybe. All of a sudden, the heat is on little Steph Curry because can you validate your back-to-back MVPs that a lot of people were a little questionable on? You know, like, are you really that guy?
Yeah, because you could now, Skip. I'm helping off. I ain't worried about nobody shooting no ball. You couldn't help off Klay. Klay light you up. You couldn't help off Klay because Steph will light you up. Now with one of those guys missing, I can help. I ain't worried about Andrew Wiggins.
Can Steph go solo and become an MVP candidate? Maybe. Well, his clock is ticking. He's going to be 33 in March, so he's getting up there.
Yes, Skip. He's going to have to. That ain't Steph's game. Could he do it? Sure. But, Skip, that's not his game to shoot 24, 25 shots a game. That's not what he is.
You may be on the hot seat to do just that. to try to, again, with Phoenix getting so much better with CP3, the West is it's just so deep and tough that can you even make the playoffs now without Klay? I think it's a devastating blow.
They might go get Bogdanovich now that he said, I don't want to go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, you know what? From all the reports, I think he did want to go to Milwaukee, but they were in danger of being hit with tampering charges.
Right.
So I think he's just saying, we got to go through the motions of me becoming a restricted free agent to make it look good.
Well, come on, all that. We take him.
No, you're not going to get him. He'll go to Milwaukee by Sunday. Watch, he'll go to Milwaukee.
Well, but what if he wants to go to L.A.?
I don't think he wants to go. He wants to go with the better team, the Bucks.
I can't tell. You want a ring?
Yeah. So back to Golden State. I will never forget this quote, and I'm sure this owner would love to forget it, but I know when I was on First Take, we just went crazy about this quote one day. It was back in March of 2016,
Right.
and it was ahead of a disaster that was about to befall the Golden State Warriors at the hands of your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
Up 3-1, they lost 4 games to 3, obviously, and it was tumultuous for this franchise.
Right.
But Joe Lacob had dinner with a New York Times Magazine writer and